That's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and have a quick chat. All right, y'all. So you already know from the thumbnail that we will be discussing Erica Mena as well as Safaree and the allegations surrounding Kaylin Garcia. Now, I understand that Erica and Safaree are on the brink of a divorce, but I want to send some congratulations to people that are not on the brink of a divorce. So let's go ahead and get this thing started, okay? First things first, let's go ahead and send a congratulations over to Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton as they are married, okay? I believe she was seen wearing a ring about a month or so ago. I don't know how long she's been engaged, but you know, the rumors surfaced that she was engaged a month ago, and then here it is, she finally, you know, jumped a broom with her man Blake Shelton. Now, for those of you that do not know, Gwen Stefani is an artist. She definitely has a song with Eve, one of my favorite artists. Okay, so get into it. I'm not gonna tell you about it, honey. You can look it up. Okay, get him some streams, girl. All right, now when it comes to Blake Shelton, I've come familiar with him by way of The Voice. I believe that he is a country artist himself. So congratulations to them too. I didn't even know that they were even dating. Okay, let alone engaged and now married. But let me tell y'all something. In this image here, Gwen Stefani looks beautiful. I mean, look at her. She looks beautiful. She looks really good. He looks good too, okay? Blake don't look too bad himself, honey. He's a very handsome man. So congratulations to them for tying the knot. Now, let me go ahead and send another congratulations to one of my favorite people, honey. And that's Miss Bresha Webb, okay? Because Miss Bresha Webb ended up getting engaged over the weekend. Y'all, I love me some Bresha Webb, okay? For you guys that love some Bresha Webb, you are familiar with Run the World, okay? As it comes on Sundays, okay? And I believe it comes on Stars, all right? So y'all get into that show. It's real cute. It's real quick. And it's our black version of Sex in the City. Now, I'll be honest, I ain't never seen Sex in the City before, but I heard a whole lot about it, okay? Now, yeah, I tried to get into it, but it's okay. I'm not even gonna try now because I think it's like what 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seasons ago. I'm not gonna watch all this, but I'll get into our version, which is Run the World. Okay, so congratulations to Miss Bresha Webb and her fiance Nick Jones. It looks like Kelly Rowland was also there when she got proposed to, so I'm not sure if Kelly is a good friend of Nick's or a good friend of Bresha's, but she was there. And then it was another young lady, and I keep wanting to say her name is Yvette, but I know that's not her name for a fact. I think it's Essence Atkins. Yvette was the name that she had when she was on Smart Guy, so I believe she and Bresha Webb are good friends, and she was also there. So congratulations to Miss Bresha Webb, honey. Let's go ahead and move on to somebody else. Now, this ain't no wedding bells, as I don't think he's gonna be having any anytime soon. But he got father bells ringing, and he been ringing them inside of all kind of women, child. Let's go ahead and just give a congratulations to Nick Cannon, honey. Okay, he and Alyssa Scott have now had their little boy, and it looks like the baby was born on June 23rd, but we're just now finding out about it. So congratulations to them. I believe he just had twins, what, not even a month ago? So he is definitely, what they call it, laying it low and spreading it wide is exactly what he's doing. And I don't think that Nick is planning on stopping anytime soon. So we'll learn more about that as the months go by, because it's always a new baby mama popping up, okay? And speaking of baby mama, all right, and somebody that was a husband but saying he ain't gonna be no husband ever again, let's go ahead and get over into Mr. Kelvin Hunter. Excuse me, y'all. So Wendy Williams' ex-husband Kelvin Hunter says he and his boo Sharina are soulmates. Get into it, soulmates. He says me and Sharina are soulmates. That means we riding like Megan and Tyrese in waist deep, like Omar and Sana in Love and Basketball. My partner, my homie, my lover, my friend. I'm not married. Never sitting in a courtroom again over love, but we Gucci AF. So carry on. Why he felt the need to bring that to the people, don't ask me, girl. I just reported. Okay. Why? And then for him to do this right after Tabitha just gathered Miss Wendy Williams, I'm like, are you trying to make it hurt for her even worse? To let her know that you are, you know, happy in your situation and you found your soulmate and she wasn't it? Because Miss Wendy just got gathered by Tabitha Brown, okay, for her comments, for Wendy's comments on Tabitha's marriage. And then here it is, you done popped up like somebody asked to let us know that you and Sharina are soulmates and that you ain't never finna, you know, get married again and that y'all Gucci. I know y'all are Gucci because Miss Sharina stuck around for about 10 years without a ring while you was somebody else's husband. So I'm sure she's even more content now that y'all in the house. All right, together. I'm sure she's just glad to be there. That's just what's going on over there. She, child, honey, good luck. Okay, good luck. All right. Y'all have fun with all of that. But Sharina, I hope you're not looking for no ring no time soon, because he already told you what it is, what it was, what it's gonna be, what's up, not say with me. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and move on to some other drama. So let's get to Erica Mena and Safaree. Excuse me, y'all. So sorry. So Erica Mena and Safaree. So y'all know they've been having issues for like the past year or whatever. Okay. It's been a lot, okay, ever since last year. The top of the year, he was talking about how this was the worst marriage he ever had. She come back with her rebuttal, so they arguing and stuff all on social media. Then next thing you know, we see where she pregnant, okay, and he's like, oh, who wants a perfect love anyway? And then once that happens, we got Wendy Williams commenting on the relationship. Erica Mena talking about how she want to beat up Wendy, and not even a month later, we see Erica file for a divorce. And it's like, you gave us all this energy only for you to want us to file for a divorce from him anyway. So in the divorce, she's asking for him to pay spousal support, child support. I think she said she wanted the house, but he was like, you could keep the house, but she also wanted full custody of the kids. He was like, you could get the house, but I also want to have joint custody or something like that of the kids. So they've been battling with that. Y'all know she was pregnant with their second child. She ended up having the little boy. I believe his name is Legend. I think he was born early because he was in the NICU. He's been in the NICU. Now, Safaree was kind of worried about whether or not she was going to let him into the delivery room. Not sure if she did, but we definitely saw a photo of him holding his child. So he did get to see Legend. But Legend has to stay in the hospital a little longer. Okay, I guess he was a premature baby or there were some complications. So he's in NICU right now. Next thing you know, we see Safaree, you know, he saw the baby, and then we see him back out here in these streets. We saw some thick woman shaking them clappers in his face. All right, and he was all into it. Then we see him at a club over here partying. So Safaree has been out here living his whole life while his child is over here in the hospital. So I was a little confused when I saw it. I'm kind of like, why he out here partying all like this, but his wife is, you know, in the hospital stuck with a child? And then where's the other baby? Okay, we learned that the other baby is with Erica's cousin. So she's been helping Erica tremendously while she's been going through all this. So the only small thing I would give, or the grace I would want to extend to Safaree, is when I thought about Ari, Moneybag Yo's girlfriend, G Herbo's baby mama, her. So there was an issue with the promoter recently dealing with her. And I'm gonna bring it all together. So just listen. So with Ari and the promoter, you know, she booked this opportunity last year, right? She was supposed to come back around and do it this year because y'all know everything shut down last year. She booked the opportunity last year. They gave her half of the money up front. And then instead of her giving them the money back, they just said, hey, keep that. We're gonna reschedule it for this particular day in 2021, and then you'll get the rest of the money, whatever, right? So they didn't fully cancel it, they just rescheduled it to another year. So when I thought about that with Safaree, I'm like, maybe that could be why he's out here partying and hanging out and doing what he want to do, is because maybe the opportunities he's going to right now were things that he booked way ahead of schedule, and he could potentially lose that deposit money, which was likely already spent if he probably canceled or something like that. So instead of doing that, he's just going to show up, do the events. He's already spent the other half of the money, and he's just going to collect on the rest of it once he shows up. So maybe it could have been a situation like that where he was just like in a tight spot to where he couldn't show up to these promotional events. Even if they would have understood, you would have thought he probably would have had it rescheduled because his wife just gave birth to his child. Okay, you could have done that, but I don't know if it could, because the baby could have been premature or whatever. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know, but I still feel like it's fucked up. I do, you know, even if that is the situation, I want to try and understand it that way. But if it's not, I just feel like that's fucked up. This lady out here stressing out, giving birth to your, like, people don't be understanding how serious it is and how dangerous it is for women to give birth to these babies. Okay, and you went half on this baby, and that is your wife. Why are you not there? And even if you aren't there, I feel like she shouldn't feel like you aren't. She should be able to understand that you out here working and stuff, but you're on a call, you're FaceTiming her, like you're constantly in contact with your wife. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. Even though, you know, everybody knows Erica Mena got her ways about her. You know, she do the most sometimes. She aggravating and all this or that. But at the end of the day, she's still a woman, a pregnant woman at that. And she got to go through this entire process by herself. So I don't like that. And hopefully they figured it out, but I don't know if they are going to figure it out, because recently Erica called out Kaylin Garcia, Joe Budden's ex-girlfriend, saying that she's been messing around with her husband. Y'all get into this. Let me go ahead and read to y'all what she put on her page. She says, at Kaylin Garcia, real talk. Whew, honey, I've been in the shoes of dealing with a man who lived a double life, and I had no clue he was married. But you know Safaree is married. Who don't know that? Not to mention, he real friends with Joe Budden, your ex. Safaree just had a baby who he hasn't seen in 4 days. That's in the NICU. That's also no secret. I'm blasting both of you since he told you to lay low tonight. Clearly, you both know I found out about y'all effing all weekend. My son, not even a week old yet, and he effing you down. I hope this is something you proud of, shorty. This man lost his whole family officially. Wish you both the best. Now, y'all know it was a divorce, and you know whenever divorces happen, they're not always guaranteed, because, you know, they may, you know, reconcile at some point and then throw the divorce off the table, right? But it sounds like she's saying he lost his family officially because he was down there smashing on her. So she also goes on to say this. So Kaylin Garcia, you've been effing my husband all weekend in Miami. We have a son who was just born and still isn't home yet. Did he tell you that when he was telling you to lay low? Now, when I see this, I'm like, Erica, do you have some definitive evidence about this? Like, do you have access to his iCloud? And I'm willing to believe that Erica Mena does have access to an iCloud or something, that he may know that. He may know that. But Erica has striked me over the years as that quote unquote crazy woman, all right, that would have full access to her husband's things and be able to see what's going on, who he texting or whatever, because she was just very strong about her allegations. We don't know what's true. We not sure. We just going off of what Erica said, and she added Miss Kaylin directly. So Kaylin decided to come out and respond. She didn't necessarily directly respond to Erica, but she did respond to the allegations and say, for years I have been to myself, no blogs, no drama. I'm a woman who is about accountability and morals. The fact that I have been called out for absolutely nothing to me is insane. Me and Safaree are friends and nothing more. Thanks. Everyone stay blessed, and let's continue to spread love and light. This could have very well been true. But what also could still be true is that y'all are friends, nothing more, because y'all are just F buddies. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like those two can exist at the same time to me, but we don't know. Okay. And let me tell y'all something. I have not seen Safaree say a word. Since Kaylin was going back and forth with, or Erica was going back and forth with Kaylin, I have not seen Safaree speak a word. Now, what we also learned is that Erica's good girlfriend, don't know her name, but Erica's good girlfriend ended up getting into an altercation that happened to involve Bobby Lights. Now, if you saw any of the footage, Bobby was at the event with Kaylin and with Safaree. Okay, now when I saw the footage, I don't know what's going on, because he did tell her to lay low. So I mean, child, let me, girl, anything is possible. Okay, anything is possible. So her good friend ended up fighting Bobby Lights. So now how the story came was she was having a conversation with Kaylin Garcia, and then Bobby Lights walked up doing the absolute most. So she and him had an exchange of words, which ended up being an exchange of hands. So she showed us her nails. One day her nails looking good. The next day her nails are just, you know, they ripped up, honey. Let me go ahead and show y'all this right here. This is the friend, okay, in the black here, this is the friend, and in the middle, you can see her nails, what they look like before versus what they look like afterwards. All right, now somebody did call her out, her and Erica. They said, you and Erica going outside. If that man don't want to be capped, you flew all the way to Miami to break nails, and Safaree still doing him. Child, honey, make it make sense. Now, they have a point when they say this, girl. You over here trying to beat up somebody for your friend, and you out here looking foolish, probably gonna catch a charge or a few out there trying to support your homegirl and stuff, and it could be mere allegations. It may not have any truth to it. We don't know yet. But at the end of the day, Safaree's still doing him, not commenting on anything, not saying that. They're just yikes. Okay, just doing him wholeheartedly, child. Bobby Lights talking about ain't nobody ever touch him. They never hit him. He was never, you know, physically assaulted or anything. But then also at the same time, in a tweet, turned around and asked, should he press charges? And I said, baby, something not adding up, honey. Something not adding up for me. Okay, because I feel like, you had to have gotten touched if you want to press charges. And then you turned around and told her that she was incriminating herself as well, which she was. I do agree with that. So yeah, you did get touched, and it's okay. And I hate to say it, but I do believe the story that the friend said. She was talking to Kaylin. Bobby walked up and started doing the most, because Bobby has a tendency to do that, to always do the most. So I believe that. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on to somebody else, which is Duval, who added himself into the conversation as well. Child, it was a mess. Okay, now he talking about Miss Erica. He said, how you go from I'm filing for a divorce to why you trying to F a married man with your crazy tail self? He says you shouldn't care what somebody do if you really don't care about them no more. And I'm like, at the end of the day, that's still her husband. She could care as much as she want to and possibly not care. I feel like that's what happens when you're in relationships and you be mad and you don't be honest about your feelings or how you really feel. You just be like, I don't care, I ain't stunning you, I ain't rocking with you no more, whatever. But deep down inside, that's really not what it is that you want. A lot of times people go out and they file for a divorce just to get their mate's attention, thinking that's going to help them realize, like, oh, dang, she may really leave me. So that's probably the angle that Erica was coming from. She probably doesn't necessarily want to be without her husband because she's already been a single mom raising that first son by herself. Now she has these 2 younger babies. She really don't want to have to do that. Yeah, she probably feel like she's been doing everything by herself while being in a marriage with Safaree, but I think she's trying to do this to get his attention, to, change how the dynamic has been within their relationship. So what he has to say, hush up, honey. Okay. Now, Erica says you always in some woman's business. Shut up, little BIT. Girl, let me tell you something. Duval is always in everybody's business. It ain't even just women. He if he ain't gonna be relevant on nobody's stage right now or putting out no music, you better believe he's gonna be like all the other celebrities down in the comments. Okay. Always on Twitter, got something to say. Now, I'm sure some people have said some things worse than Duval, but you chose to go in on him. And that's what happens. You know what I'm saying, Erica? I will say that. You put your business out there and then don't want nobody to comment on it. That's the same thing you did with Wendy. You can't be everybody's ass, Erica. That's just impossible. You ain't gonna be able to be everybody's ass that you go in. Okay? So if you don't want people discussing your stuff, then girl, stop putting it out there. But we'll get into that, when I review Love and Hip Hop ATL a little later on today, because that's one thing Sierra was trying to tell her, like, girl, y'all need to cut all this social media shit out. Okay, you kind of do too, Sierra. But anyway, Miss Erica, girl, yeah, like you can't be doing all that. So he goes on to tell her, calm down, queen, your postpartum acting up. The audacity of you. But y'all know what? Duval likes to say the most ignorant, triggering things anyway. So do we really expect him to understand? And that's not even a joke with postpartum depression, but he wouldn't know that because he's ignorant, right? Somebody teach him. Who gonna tell him? Okay, postpartum depression has really strongly affected and harmed a lot of women and children. You know what I'm saying? Like some women be in postpartum depression, I feel like about 2-3 years and don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Because they never really dealt with it. Dealt with it as far as went to go see a therapist or somebody, or work through their issues as it pertains to that. Some women have harmed themselves and killed their babies. But you want to sit up here and talk about this lady's postpartum acting up. And then why is the issue on her because her postpartum is acting up when you got her whole husband out here being a hoe and overlooking the fact that they have a child that's in the damn NICU? Okay, that's stuck in the hospital that he hasn't seen for 4 years. You want to try and call her out to make a joke out of it instead of being a man, which you men don't do, and then check Safaree and be like, hey, dog, you need to go see about your wife. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to see about her, you need to go see about that child as soon as possible. X, Y, and Z. But instead, you chose to try and come at Erica. So y'all know I'm not crazy about Duval. Never have been. That's just that on that. I don't really have any more thoughts about the overall situation. But I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and comments down below. Okay. So leave all of your thoughts down below. And I know y'all gonna do that anyway, because that's just how y'all is, okay? I'm Jamithatsme. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamithatsme. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.